Hey guys, welcome back to Tools on a Budget. Today I have this Bauer 20 volt power inverter. Basically, it lets you plug in your battery, like your regular 20 volt battery, and turn it into 110 volt AC, so that you can go ahead and power up any like laptop chargers you might have, or let's say you go camping. These are actually really good for camping. I have a couple of Milwaukee ones I like to take with me when we do go camping, and they're pretty good. This one comes with I had the little paper, but I ended up having to use it, so I had to open it. So let's see what it says. It up to 190 watts, 150 watts, 120 volt, 1.25 amps, modified sine wave. And inverters usually have a really clean sine wave. You're probably going to get the regular 60 hertz. That's why a lot of people, when they power like sensitive electronics, they use inverter generators instead of just a regular old generator. And some generators are actually pretty good. I have just a regular Westinghouse, like a 3750 peak amps, and that one has a clean 60 hertz wave, even though it's not an inverter. It might fluctuate a little bit, but it's actually pretty good on keeping the 60. I've plugged in a kilowatt meter and monitored it over a couple of hours, and I had no dips in it. I did notice it went to 59 one time, but I mean, that's well within tolerance. It's not like dipping at 40 or 50 like some of not the regular Predators, but the little the Tailgaters and the Chicago Electric, those 700, 900 watt generators, the little tiny ones, the 1 gallon ones. I have about 2 of those, and those do dip to like, I've seen them dip all the way up to like 45, 44. Which is not important if you're just running light bulbs or, you know, a fridge or something. But if you're running like your computer stuff, that can damage your power supply. So if you have like a costly power supply, you know, you might want to watch out using those. But back to this. Yeah, so you do get 2 USB type A's, a USB-C. The USB-C is rated at 30 watts, and the USB-A's are rated at 2.4 amps. So I'm guessing like if you use both of them, they're only going to be 1 amp. And then you do have your regular Y outlet. This one is rated at 150 watts or 1.25 amps. I wouldn't really run anything 150 watts because you're gonna eat this battery. Let me see. This is a 5 amp hour, so it's probably like 120 watt hour. Let me see if it shows anywhere. Oh, it's actually 100 watt hour. So you'll eat through that right away. Probably about, if you're running at 150, then you're gonna run through this in about 40 minutes. Probably even less because you lose some during the when you're transforming it from 20 to 115. So you're probably looking at like 33 minutes at full blast, and that's assuming the cells can take it. I see this more as if you're going to run something anywhere from 50 to even 100 watts. It'll do great. You'll probably get your full hour on the, maybe a little less, but you won't really overheat it because you're not really pulling that much charge out the battery. If you use a regular little fan, I've used the kilowatt meter on those and like a regular fan. In fact, let me go get it and we can go ahead and test out how much they pull, and I'll show you guys. I'll bring my kilowatt meter and we'll go ahead and check that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back. I brought my kilowatt meter. Let's plug it in. So it's pretty easy. You just snap it in, turn on the power button, and it should be ready to go. Let's plug in the kilowatt meter. It's not a real kilowatt meter, but it's pretty accurate. It's pretty close to my original kilowatt meter, which is broken now. But this is just my kid's fan. It's just one of those regular cheapy Walmart $10 fans, but they work pretty good. All right, so let's see here, so you guys can see better. Let's put it on speed 1. So at speed 1, you're pulling about 23 watts, 22.7, just round it off. It's pretty good. You probably get, on a 5 amp hour, you probably get like 4 hours battery life. I know it's 20 times 5, but you're never going to get the full advertised 100 watts. So speed 2, it does pull 28 watts. And then speed 3, it's pulling 33. The Bauer does feel a little bit weaker than my Milwaukee. In fact, I'm gonna go get my Milwaukee so you guys can see the difference. I mean, if on the video it does look like it's spinning slow, but it's spinning faster in person. But it's only pulling 33 watts. Let me go get my Milwaukee and we'll test it versus that. All right, so I found it. This is also another 5 amp hour battery, so not like any. I forgot to show you guys. This one is fully charged. Turn this one off. It's same thing with this one. Just slide it on, turn on the power, and then let's plug it in. So let's put it on speed 1. It pulls 33 watts. Oh, it's pulling 22.6 watts. And then 22, 23, 28 watts at, so it's like about a watt or 2 off in difference. But it makes a big difference, as you can see it here spinning. And then actually at speed 3, it does go to almost 34 watts. So you can tell by the way it's spinning, it does make a difference. Even though it's like 1 or 2 watts, I feel like it gives it a cleaner, it's probably like a cleaner sign, like amps, like the amps are going through a lot better. I even feel it's a little bit stronger, and that's just a 2 watts difference. It's not even like a big deal, but apparently it makes a difference. That's probably just due to this being a little bit better built than this one. This one being, I think it's $59.99, and this one's, I think it was $99, or it went up to like 1 something, because you know how everything just be rising in price lately. But it might be like $119 at Home Depot. So probably like double that. That's probably makes more sense, since they want to cut, like they want to give you at the half price area. And this one's pretty cool too. This one you do only get 1 USB-C and 1 USB-A. But this one does have a rafter hook. Does this one have one? No, it does not. And don't get me wrong, this is still a decent tool for 59 bucks. I think it's the cheapest on the market, with the 120 volt inverter. But these are great. Like like I said, when you go camping, you take a little, let's say you really shouldn't be taking TVs, but if you do take a little TV, this is great to turn on the TV on when it's late at night or whatever. You want to eat some s'mores, and just the kids want to watch some cartoons or something. This is pretty good. This will run a TV. Most of your little televisions nowadays, even with the Roku, they're probably only like, I believe they pull anywhere from like 15 to like 30 watts. So this will do just fine. I have taken this one. I haven't used this one during camping and stuff, so I don't have too much experience with this. But I know for sure these will run. I have another one running in the back, running the shop light I have in here. So that's another thing. Like, this is an outside shed, so I could run power to it, but with one of these, I just need light. I just need power for my light, and this is more than plenty. So this is what I use. I have another one over there, but this one I don't have too much experience with. So I might try running a TV to see how it looks, or see how if it can hold up. But I did use this. I had to pull it off because I needed to charge my one of my batteries. I went to do a mobile repair, and my battery was running out of juice, so I had to use this to charge one of my Milwaukee batteries, and it did it pretty good. It did a little slower than usual. Luckily, I had these in the car. I had a couple of the Bauer batteries, or else I would have been screwed. But yeah, these can do the same thing. These are a little bit better built. You can just tell by, I mean, you can't tell on the video, but this one's a little bit heavier than this one. This one feels really light and flimsy, and it is bigger. Like, if you compare the size, it is bigger, and this one feels lighter. So this one's a little bit better of the plastic. This one looks like just regular ABS, while this one, you could tell it's reinforced with glass fiber. It even has smaller vent holes. You can tell this one's pretty nice in there. It's like the stuff, all the conduits are epoxy and stuff. Has a little fan right here. This one has a fan too, a little tiny one. And the vents are tiny for this to breathe. So you might have overheating issues with this. I'm not sure yet. I got to try it out a little bit longer. But just to charge something and to have it on you, it's pretty nice to have. Like I said, this is mostly just if you go camping. I wouldn't really take this to a job site as your primary source of charging batteries, because it kind of doesn't make any sense, because you'd have to carry Bauer batteries and this in order to, unless you have Bauer. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense, because you're charging Bauer batteries with the Bauer battery. You might as well just use this one to finish whatever project you're on. So this is more useful as like when you go camping. Like I said, to go to the beach, take a little stereo, you could plug it in, you know, run your laptop. This could charge your laptop pretty easily. Most of them, not all of them. I have an Alienware, and I triggered the over circuit protection on it. It just wouldn't, and it was weird because when it happens on this, it'll trigger this one too. This one can't charge it either because it's a 240 watt power brick. I think this is only rated at the same 150. So it triggers over protection, but if you just slide it out and put it back in, wait a couple seconds, it's good. This one, it worked a little differently. I triggered it, took it off, put it back on, waited a few seconds, tried it again, didn't work. Put it off again a couple times, rinse, repeat. Eventually, I just let it sit there for a couple hours, came back, and then it worked again. I had already assumed I had killed it. I thought it had no overprotection, and I was like, well, that was a bummer. I had just bought it, but it turns out it does have some. It's just probably a little bit more finicky or not as good. It might have charged like a capacitor to the brim, and we had to wait for it to discharge. I'm not sure how the circuitry looks in here. But yeah, like I said, this is mostly go to the beach, charge your phones, charge your laptops, camping. Same thing for camping. You can charge phones all day on this. This battery will probably charge you like 4 or 5 phones. If you want to charge your iPad, great for that too. Run your little fan, run a little television. On one of these, you could probably run a TV for like easy 2 to 4 hours, depending on what model you have, size, and the size doesn't even matter too much. We have a 60-inch, and it still only pulls like 35 watts. So even that'll run like 2-3 hours on one of these. Overall, I gotta test that a little bit more to see how good it is. As you saw, it did have a little bit of a power delivery issue with the fan. This one, a lot cleaner power. And sorry guys, it's windy, so my door kept blowing open. But like I was saying, yeah, this one has a little bit better power delivery, but this one is half the price, and it does run the fan. Like I said, I would have to go and test it out and get back to you guys on that. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask on the comments. Once I have a little bit more experience with it, I'll be able to answer them a little better. But if you have any of this, I have quite a bit of experience with this one. This one's great. I know pretty much what it can and what it can't handle. It can't handle TVs. It does get a little warm, which is probably why they put those vents. And these are wide open vents. You might get trash in there and stuff, but they're pretty good. That's why these kind of worry me. If this claims the same, if not more power delivery than this one, and it's lighter, less ventilation. I don't know, probably cheaper components. I mean, Bauer is not really known for high quality stuff, but I mean, it's good for DIY stuff. I'm sure this will last you if you just go, like I said, to the beach and stuff. Probably get a few uses out of it, and good uses. And I'm not saying it's in a bust up. I'm just saying, like, as long as you don't use it daily, this should last you a couple years, maybe a little more. Overall, I do like what Bauer's doing though. They bring out a lot of tools that you might need or you might not need, but they are available if you do need them. It's all about expanding their line, which I think is great, because we need more competition. Especially lately, Milwaukee's been raising their prices a lot for no reason, and I noticed they've been cutting the quality of some of their items lately. Like with their, they had like the whole fiasco with the 2767, where they changed the design from the planetary gears in the back. They removed like a carrier bearing in the back that kind of pressed on like 3 little spokes that took all the brunt of the rotation, and I guess they were snapping. They had a whole recall about it, and even now you can go buy a 2767. My friend recently bought one, and it has like a trigger issue, even though it's a revised. It's not the B, it's the H96A, which is the revised one. It's still, when he goes to hit a lug nut, it like stutters, and I feel like, I don't know, they're going a little bit downhill. They're trying to, they're pretty much getting greedy and trying to get as much profit as they can. So it's good that we have competition like Bauer and Hercules. More so the Hercules, their stuff's a little bit better. This is really well built. In fact, I would say this is like a clone of the original 2767 or the 2763, where they were built well. Not like the newer stuff where they're trying to squeeze every dollar out of every tool. But that's for another day. That's another talk for another day. But yeah, overall, this is a pretty good tool. Remember, guys, if you like these type of videos, don't forget to leave a comment or a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so I can bring you guys more videos like this. And have a great day.